Are you ready to run into life? Well, we are. We're with Ware from Ware Events, talking about the upcoming Tiki Beach this Sunday at Bolsa Chica State Park in Huntington Beach. And I guess there's some real Hawaiian culture or real Polynesian culture behind this. Is that true, Caren?
That is absolutely true. And I'm so excited about these podcasts because it gives me an opportunity to actually just jabber and give you the backstory and the passion and the reason that we're doing all these races. And you know that I have a heart for the cultures and a heart to just let you guys all know that we're amazing people in this world and amazing people with a lot of different cultures wrapped around us. And you know that I raised or helped get 5 inner city Mexican boys and a girl off to college. And so in that process of running around the world and running into needs, when I came back, I also wanted to support those needs. So I put on these races and I thought I'm going to theme each one of these races with a different culture and let us celebrate and just have amazing fun with it. So we have amazing fun with the Polynesian culture because I went searching, and actually my heart went searching and thought, who can I find that's really going to put this over to you, what the Polynesian culture is about? And I found Stephan and his beautiful wife, Melody, and that they had a gym of all things, and he's going to tell you about it. So tell us about your Polynesian culture and what you've taken to it.
And why are you coming to a tiki run at Huntington Beach?
Especially when they're performers and they have to perform the night before and immediately right after. I am so appreciative of what they're doing. But
yes,
who are you and why are you coming?
Yeah, so my name is Stephan Seanoa, and we have our company called Tupua Productions, a Polynesian entertainment company. We go throughout Southern California, San Diego, LA County, just promoting our culture professionally and also on an amateur level. But the day we had a call, it was Caren, and she was kind of saying that she needed some dancers and blah, blah, blah.
For a running event.
Yes,
for a running event. We're going to dance at the running event.
And you have to show up at 6 a.m. to set up.
that was the kicker. Yeah, we were like, oh, 6. But we showed up the first time, and we were like, oh, this is something. And honestly, probably when I met you, it was a connection. I mean, I even had to say nothing. I was like, oh, this lady has the passion like I do.
Exactly.
Very good.
And that's why I wanted you to get to know him, because not only is he showcasing and sharing his culture, but he's actually doing it in a very healthy way.
Yes. So every Monday, and we've done this since, I believe, 2009. I believe we started Tupua Cardio. And basically, it's a Monday. Anybody can come to this class, and we still have it till this day. Anybody can come. It's an hour class, and it's basically a mixture of Polynesian culture, drumming, live drumming, and instruction for 1 year. So, and it's basically, you jump around, you do some Polynesian dancing, and then a little American dancing, a little twist to it.
And this is what, for fitness or just for fun?
It's basically for fitness. Health, mentally, physically. Yes, it's really cool. A lot of people say, "Well, we don't dance this," and you don't really do it. I mean, if you have somewhat of a rhythm, doesn't matter. You come in, and I'll lead you. I'll lead you to the right way of doing your thing.
So of course, I had to go try it out. And you know what? Movement is just such a healthy thing, and it's intimidating. Just like some of you out there are thinking, I could never go run. But you start out walking.
That's the common connection. Yeah. I see people all the time at your events saying, I never run, but I come to these things and I walk, I roll, I have kids in a cart or whatever it is to get moving, run into life. And it sounds like that's the same thing with Polynesian dance.
And I think that's why we connected right away. I go, he's got life energy and enhancement, and he's doing all these things, and he wants to share that with other people. And there's so many activities out there that you can do that build camaraderie. And you walk into his gym and it's like, boom, you feel this instant. Yeah,
yeah, it's fun. I mean, anybody that comes in there, whether they picked it up or not, and after the class, they're just like, wow, what energy, we're coming back, and this, and,
Somebody wants to know, where's the gym?
Right now, it's located in Santa Ana. It's 3480 West Warner, Suite D, as in David. Right there. Our classes start at 6:30 every Monday, except for the Monday if it lands on a holiday.
So is it just 1 day a week, or do you do multiple things?
Just 1 day a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's I assume there's a cost to it or something here?
Yes. I think we've had this since we've started. First session is free. come in.
Look at that.
Yeah, and if they like it, good. If they love it, then I believe it's $10 a class.
That much? Oh my goodness, I can't pay $10.
The fun part is that you get to meet his dancers because they come and work out too, and you get to hear their style of drumming and stuff. So tell us about the dancing, but mainly what I want to do is start out and have people get to know you. Where did you come from? How you're authentic.
Yes.
So tell us about your authenticity.
Yeah.
And then how you came to Southern California and how you make this into a business.
Well, we were kind of like born into the business. Of course, it's kind of like every family. My mother and father had a Polynesian group called Tupua Productions, and they started that back in, I believe, the 70s. And then as each kid was born.
Was that here or was that back?
Yes, it was. It was in Huntington Beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Coming back to your home turf.
Yeah, Huntington Beach. And so, of course, all the kids, we were raised in the, in the culture, and grew up. We've just learned in many things. And once I was old enough to kind of like understand everything, and we kind of took over the business, and just kept moving there. Been everywhere, all around basically the United States. We've been to Europe and traveled over there. We got to meet celebrities, Frank Sinatra.
You met Frank? What did you hire for a party, or did you perform something?
The wife was throwing him a birthday party.
See?
And we were teenagers, and we didn't know who he was. We were like, and we chartered, a bus to go up to his area, and it was high security once again.
This is like out in Palm Springs.
Yeah. And we were like, what's going on, and my father, he's really OG, and he was like, just don't worry about it, don't say nothing, just do your job. Just come and dance. And so the wife hired us. We got pictures, and then there was one time, let me see, Tony Bennett.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so he
Left
was
my heart in San Francisco.
He was another one too. We didn't know who he was or what. And so just like that, and it just kind of continued on. We did some kind of pictures and stuff from Fantasy Island. Remember that? It shows our age here. Back in the days, and just other stuff from Hollywood. But we continued on. Very successful group that we have, Tupua.
Can I ask you a question about Polynesian dance? Because I know nothing about it, except you go to Hawaii and you watch it, right?
Yes.
And they say it is much more than it appears to me. This is a connection to your culture, sure, but it's a way of conveying a message and telling a story, I think. Is that right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Each island is kind of different in their own, background of what we have. Tahiti, Samoa, New Zealand, Tonga, Fiji, the Cook Islands. But yeah, we all do. But in general, yes, there's always a really true meaning to everything, very spiritually, and the song and dances that we do, it's very good.
And so where are you from?
I'm from the islands of Samoa.
Okay.
Yes. So my mother is we call it Palangi, which is she's American, and then my father is Samoan. So we call us Afkasi, meaning you're half and half. But we were raised in the culture, the Samoan culture.
And are there I know there's American Samoa. Are there other parts of Samoa that aren't so? And I never really understood the connection with American Samoa. Is it a territory?
So I think with the American Samoa and Samoa, it was like the British back in the days where it was separated. So all we know is that when you go to American Samoa, you don't need a passport, but when you go to Western Samoa, which is called Samoa right now, you need a passport.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, there's a huge Samoan culture in Southern California, and I hope I don't want to offend you, but why are Samoans always big? Everybody I know says, "Oh my God, big and strong." Yeah, this is part of the culture.
Big, strong, and passionate. Yeah, that's a cool thing.
I always believe it, and it goes to back home is where how we were raised. It's one of those things, and you hear it from our elders and stuff. Before you went to school, you had to go do your chores, and chores meaning cut down the banana trees, feed
not just make your bed,
feed the animals, strong backbone, and then you go to school and then come back and do the same thing, cook the food, blah blah blah, and
So many more football players or whatever. They're always linemen and stuff. And they're big guys, right? Generally. Yeah.
So his son performed, and at one of our races, his son performed, took everything off, took off, had a bib on, ran the race, came back, put everything back on, and
Went right back
yeah,
to it. Didn't miss a beat.
Talk about
there.
strong.
Yes, kids are
So what do you see? Why this culture, Caren? Why are you connected to Polynesian
Thank
culture,
you
or
for
you just
asking.
reacted?
No, I'm connected to cultures, because
You are all over
my
the place.
background is, my mom was half Cree Indian, Native Indian, and so she raised me with the heart that there's cultures out there and they're just amazing people. And it just, when he said, he's half and half, I raised my inner city Hispanic boys, and one was from Guatemala, the rest were from Mexico City, one was Oaxacan, which is indigenous Indian, and they had all different kinds of backgrounds and cultures, and it's something that we don't need to hide away. It's something that we need to celebrate, that we have these different cultures, and we love the island. And so I thought, I told him I was looking at the business plan, standing in the lot, in the beach, going, looking up to the sky, almost saying, Lord, what am I going to do now that I've run into all these needs and these cultures, and how am I going to connect them? And it's almost like I looked down and this strong voice said, take this lot and turn it into a lot of fun. I'm
Whoa,
like,
I
a
love
piece of
that.
parking
Take
lot.
this lot and turn it into a
And
lot
so
of fun.
you are going to come to one of my races. It's not just any old race, with the shingle, with the, just trying to get you to run. You're going to come there because, and you're going to see that we're trying to take the lot and make it into an incredibly lot of fun, but also showcase cultures, and so that we connect and have camaraderie among each other.
There are lots of connections going on here. People are connecting. I see the same people come run after run. It's a community. They're very supportive of one another. Somebody's 80 or 90 and can barely walk or in a wheelchair, and somebody else is a world-class runner like you are. I mean, there's a real diversity of people and voices, and I think that only adds to the flavor and the feeling when you bring in diverse cultures as well here.
Thank you. I'm actually going to have a couple hand out the Age Division Awards for 70 and over, because he's approaching 90 and he's fighting Parkinson's, and
he comes to your
He
events.
comes to our races, and he has to preserve the choices of how many his body can run. But I'm just so amazed, and I'm amazed. And during COVID, we had what we call Together Apart races, just to keep people up and running. Send you off at 7, send somebody off at 7:10, 7:20, and I timed them, and then they could curbside come get their shirt and medal. And of those people that came out to those events, almost all of them were above the age of 60, and I had 8 80-year-olds, and they said, "Do we want to die dying, or do we want to die living?"
Yeah.
We want to just be active and moving. And the thing that I so love and appreciate about Tupua Productions, man, they are active and living. They are all over the map. Their schedule is amazingly packed and full. It feels like mine too, and it's a production but you have to have all your, the races. You have to have the sound working, and you have to have the medals and the shirts.
Oh,
and
and
by the
it's
way,
timed and it's specific.
we
Oh, look at the
are
medal.
known for our amazing bling. And
You really
moving
are. People
parts.
came in and said, I come for the bling.
Yes, and I just
The
want to,
medals
if
and the
anyone's
shirts and everything.
anyone's listening, I'll just explain it too. But if you're watching, we actually have I got a shirt material that you can wear as pajamas. I wanted it to be soft. I wanted it to be so that you could run in it, and then I wanted
sleep
it
in
to and showcase beats. This one's got a Vida van on it and a bunch of tikis. And then this year, just to add to the bling, I got actually beach towels.
Oh, wow.
That
Like you
have
did
it
at
on it.
Splash Dash. There were beach
Yes,
towels at
yeah,
Splash
because there's some
Dash.
people that they've done enough races and they've got
Enough t-shirts.
shipload of t-shirts. So we have towels, and so what I do is I set amazing bling so that you have a reward for being there. So
Yeah.
I never have anyone get
And
out
a
of the car.
reminder that you were there. It's not
Yes.
just a picture or a
Yes.
memory. You look at, you wear the shirt, you cuddle up with the blanket, you put the medal up on your wall. There's something there. I'll show you the other something that took me a while to get at, and it's in your logo there. This is more than just about fun and feeling fit. This is about running into the chaos head on. There's two ways to handle life: run away, hunker down, or run smack into it. That's kind of sounds like you two have that in common. Am I reading too much into that?
No,
here?
not at
Amen.
all. And that's why we're that's why we're there, and that's why we're here, and that's why we're doing it. You asked me how do I have a connection with Polynesian culture.
Right.
I actually looked for where can I go exotic, and I have timing equipment, and I
Because
put
you do timing events for
Yeah.
other professional events,
Yes,
not
yes.
just fun events, and they hire you to, the timing mats and the timing things that somehow it's on the bib and there's a little, what is there, a little fob,
Yeah,
and when you
yeah.
cross the line, the computer reads it and tells you your exact time.
Exactly. And back in the day, we had to do it a whole different way, hand doing all this stuff. But so I have a timing company. It's called ITZ About Time. And the reason I put a one-off letter is my mom named me Caren with the C. And I always had to explain to people, oh, it's Caren with the C. And she said that did two things, I hope. And my hope in life was that you would be a caring person.
Yeah.
And that you'd have the word care in your name. And you also would have to look people in the eyes every time you said
Say,
your
"I
name.
care."
And they'll remember you because your letter went off. So all my companies are one-off letter. And so it's ITZ About Time is an electronic tip timing company. I told them that I could fly to their island and time inline skate races and marathons for the Tahitian Islands. And so boldly threw us on there, went to the Tahitian Islands. The race was on a little island called Maria. And there ended up being like 400 foreign runners and about, I think about 200 inline skaters back at the time when it was back in the day. And a cyclone came.
Oh,
In a cyclone, that's why they have the thatched roofs and everything. It blew the roofs off of our what do you call it, resort
this is the
hut.
Pacific version of a
Yes.
hurricane, right?
And
Yeah.
what it does is it presses down in the ocean. So even though you're in lagoons and you're safe, it actually brings the water level up and you're sloshing in knee-deep water on the island. And then the waves kick up. And so the ferry couldn't take us back across to Tahiti. And our 747 flew away without us. And they didn't have another flight for another week. And so everything, all of a sudden, after the cyclone was done, and that day went back to paradise. And the islanders like, why are you so hyped out that you're missing?
You're in paradise. So
yeah,
what?
the
Chill
thing,
out.
I think the commodity that they had the most of was time. Time was on their hands. Time was about their families. Time was about their island. The sun's out. Let's go fishing. Let's go swimming. Let's go paddling. And so I just fell in love with the culture. And then I also learned in the French Polynesian islands, they're French ruled, so they have to get all their product from Europe, and it's really hard to get parts to a vehicle or it's. And
A
we
refrigerator or
did that
something.
race for 5 straight years. And then I started getting requests, and every time we'd land, I'd land with a windshield to a Audi, and I'd land with
What can you bring
part
in?
to-
Right.
of, things that would just help them, further. And I said, okay, in exchange, every time I come, you're going to put me on an island that's not a tourist island, and we're going to stay with the islanders and get to know the island the way that you guys live and love your island. So that's how I got the love for island time. And then I did races in Maui, and there's a race called the Kakalua Half Marathon, and it's for the islanders on the backside of the island in one of their villages to help support that village. And I got the feeling that they're like almost, I don't even know, you guys can explain, but I felt like they were pushed into a section on that island or they felt pushed back in their culture, almost like the Native Indians, that they weren't a part of a culture and they're losing a part of the culture. So I want to support and just have us all be alive and healthy and well, no matter who we are, where we are on this earth, and what culture that we've been born into or
I wonder
preserving.
how many people who come to your events, that's the purpose of this podcast, know everything you're talking about. Your support for other cultures, your belief in caring, because it was put into your name here, your travels around the world and how you've connected with other cultures and help people, and whether it's bringing in a part or bringing up a kid, all this stuff. I don't know. I think they just show up because there's a bunch of bling and it's fun and it's a beach and I'll try it. I think it takes a while for the community to understand there's more care behind this than simply a person putting on an event run.
Thank you, because that's why I put the podcast out there. I thought, do I need a podcast? Does it have anything to do with running? And I thought, we don't have the time or luxury at the race. We have, you guys already know if you're runners, you have about maybe a 2 2.5 minute attention span, and so do my
You're
my
getting
college,
ready, you're
my,
psyched up.
my
Yeah.
Mexican or Hispanic boys. They said when they graduated in college, they said, we have a 2.5 minute attention span now. You have to be a YouTube channel, and you've got to put your stuff out there. You have way too many stories. And then podcasting gives me a chance to give a voice. And that's why I don't want you to come to Tiki Beach
your
and just
voice.
be entertained.
There's a reason behind all that you're doing, not just because you're a world-class runner, because you're a world-class carer. Caren.
Thank you.
And if you want to be part of that community, come out, support them, and in the process, learn how to run into life and meet a whole bunch of people and see what you can do.
And exactly. And that's why I want you guys to get to know Tupua Productions. And if I don't put the accent on the right, correct me. And it's not Stephen, it's Stephan. But it's got an accent. He's going to tell you his name again, and he's going to tell you the name of the production studio. But I just could feel in them that same energy, that same drive. Come love and learn and just be a part of our amazing culture.
Yeah. That was part of our thing too, as Polynesian entertainers, or quote entertainers. That's our passion. We want to make everybody smile. And that was what when we showed up.
Get them up and moving.
Yeah,
right.
and we did it our first year. It was so funny because then after we were done, our kids said, "Oh, that was really early. We really don't do shows at 6:30 in the morning." But hey, we did it, and we came back in the second year, and they were like, "Oh, it's that show that starts at 6:30." But eventually, the kids were like, "Oh, this is cool." It started to be cool. Some of my dads were like, "Okay, we'll do this show. We'll do this show." But what I liked about it is because when I went there, as a professional entertainer, you see a lot of stuff, as far as like her sound system, all this stuff. And I really
thank you for being patient with us.
Yeah, we really wanted to help her. It's hard when your cordless mic runs out and the battery
struggles with her sound
Yeah,
system.
so
I've seen that,
I wanted to, sit there and say, okay, we'll try to guide her in the right place and make it work. And we have, I have equipment that we can, help her do. But, be on a different level to where all that stuff in the background that people don't see is very, very important too, to hold
because it's
event.
a show. It's not
Yes,
just
sir.
show up.
Yes.
We have a backup generator, we have generators.
Right.
They didn't work. And
Right.
then all of a sudden, but the show goes on.
Yeah,
and
show goes
luckily
on.
these guys drum and they're loud and yeah. So,
yelled,
So what do you see at this event? I get the running, and I get the party aspect of it, and I get the community. Come on, we're all going to go. Don't tell me you can't do it. Let's go. Serious runners, fun runners. Everybody, come on out. Let's do it. Little kids,
Yes.
80-year-olds, real hardcore triathlete types. I see them all there. So, what do we see from you? What's the show look like? I don't know what happens at a Polynesian. Are you dressed in traditional, like a picture
Yes.
Hawaiian costume, grass skirts or something?
So we come out, yeah. We start off with Tahitian drumming, which it's percussion and the drums are really nice and loud. Wake up, everybody!
Yeah.
We do have our dancers. They dress in a Tahitian outfit or a Hawaiian outfit. They dance and they greet everybody.
But there's no fires. Sometimes I see them where they're spinning fire sticks or something.
She had one year, I think, a fire. Yeah. For
And
most,
then, and then I
Probably
think
need a permit for that.
You guys all know.
we had what's that thing? Don't ask permission until
Just do it. Don't ask.
Yeah,
Ask
so
later.
that's why you don't see it again, because the permit turned out to be a pyro. If you're going to have
Pyrotechnic,
fireworks,
yeah.
and well.
but yeah, I mean, I feel like my job is just to get everybody going, excited. We do part of our Tahitian cardio in the morning to get them warmed up.
And what does that look like?
It's fun. It is
It's
fun. We
fun,
get them
yeah.
clapping, jumping, doing a little Polynesian dancing right before the thing, and people really, really love it. They love of course the drumming and then the instruction. I instruct them in the morning, and just getting them prepared to run. Making announcements just throughout before.
And this year, I think they're going to throw a couple dancers out on the course for you
Yeah,
somewhere, so that
we
you have
are.
some motivation running by.
Yes.
So cheer them on. It's
So
early
tell
in
us
the
about
morning.
the event, Caren.
And,
When,
yeah,
where,
I was
when,
just feeling
how?
that. It's like
Yeah.
the last Sunday of every September, and you're probably seeing a pattern here. Caren Ware events, what I've done is put on one major event per month so that we could just pour a lot into it. So it's a big happening event.
Most
and then
of
we
these
theme
here
them.
in Southern California,
Yeah.
kind of occasionally you do them
Yeah.
other place up in the mountains or something.
Yeah, and I do occasionally a few up in Jackson, Wyoming, and
Right.
and those things. Those are supplemental events because I just love people to get out in the mountains. But I do one major theme event in Southern California. Most of them are Bolsa, Chica, Huntington State Beach. Some are in Irvine. One's in Anaheim. So just look it up on Caren with the C, Caren, Ware, Ware. It rhymes. Ware, Caren, Ware event. .com, and then hit the running events, and then the calendar's down. This Sunday, that's the 28th, you can do walk-up registration. If you look at our website, we also usually do a packet pickup the day prior that you can come and sign up or come pick up
Is there
your...
a discount if you sign up early or no? Same price online or later?
It's, we found that we don't want people to feel like they missed the discount. There's coupon codes out there, and especially if you tap me on the shoulder and ask me.
But it's not that expensive. It's like, what, 45 or
yeah,
something like that?
and then the proceeds, honestly, there aren't that much proceeds once you put in the insurance, the permits, the
toilets,
entertainment,
everything
yes.
else, right?
And so we work really hard to get proceeds, and then we send those around the world to meet the needs that we've run into, that I've run into running those 7
Yeah,
remote
you donate part of the
marathons, yeah.
proceeds to help support
And
your
I try
causes.
to do, we help stuff locally, and then we help stuff abroad. And so if you go to the YouTube channel, and because my Hispanic boy said, we have a 2.5 minute attention span now. They're actually 20-minute ones, but I do once a
You've
month.
gotten up to 20 minutes now.
Well, once a month, I'll just do a recap of all the things I run into, so that you get to know and see the people abroad.
Because you
that-
yourself still go out and run around the world
Yes,
and run
yeah.
events and
In
everything.
fact, I'm leaving to go to Guatemala in mid-October. I can't find my passport.
Oh, wow.
Where in the world is my
Where
passport?
in the world is Caren Ware's passport?
So
Well, we'll
it's
find
been
it.
around the world, and now where is it? So I'll keep you posted on that, and that's going to be our next podcast next month. We're going to focus on South America, and we have a new restaurant that's from Guatemala that's here in the United States, and they're called Pollo Campero. I got to say it right. And they're going to tell us about their homeland of Guatemala. So every month's going to have a theme. Every race has a theme,
You
and
hit
every
Cinco
race.
de Miles, or
Yes,
Cinco de
yeah.
Mayo,
And
you had
then-
Hispanic, right?
Yeah. So
And some of them are crazy. You have pirate races and splash dashes, but there's always a theme, usually a cultural theme, every month. Go sign up, because it's not about just moving. It's a movement. It's
Thank
follow
you.
Caren
Thank
Ware as she runs around the world.
And that's what I found when I found Stephan in Tupua Productions. They're sharing their movement, and
Yeah.
it's just a fun
And
side
it's
thing.
become
that-
a movement of people who are moving in the
Yes.
same beat, in the
Yes.
same direction, and following you. What's she going to do next? It's fun. It's crazy. It's cultural. It has an impact. All those good things. Wow, let's get out and support it. Because there are other, you can go to running events practically every week, but there's something unique about yours that I've never seen before. Not just they're fun and they got great bling, that's part of it, but it's a community, and it feels like I'm part of something. I'm helping I'm helping grow a community. I'm maybe even helping other communities here.
So this is a fun plug too. We decided we like to do, some active things. You're going to see all the Polynesian dancing when you come, but we also bring Paul Roberts, the voice that you hear in this background that's commentating here from
The voice
OC
of God
Talk
shows up.
Radio, and we found it's really fun to interview you because the
To
races.
get your story. Because I said to
Yes.
Caren, I'm running into people. Did you know this? Did you? She said, I don't know. Half the people who come here, they don't come up and introduce themselves necessarily.
But we
I
want
see
to know
them.
you, and you are why the races are so special, because
Right.
hopefully you know that there is not another person like you on this whole entire earth, never will be, never, we are amazing that we're each individually unique.
So after the event, even if you can't come, ride along, watch the story, be an armchair traveler here, and meet the people who show up to these things, and maybe you'll see yourself in those videos. But it's an amazing group of people, young, old, crazy. Some guy was in a Scottish kilt at the last event. I've seen some people were taking their little kids on a cart behind them. I've seen just the wildest stories. Old people, young people.
you can come themed. You can come just as a runner, any way that you.
There's some kid that seems to show up practically every race, and he's like 10, and he's part of the cross-country track team at one of his local schools here. And his mother's always very says, well, I've interviewed him a couple of times, like, how did you do today? Well, I'm very pleased at the pace I'm making here. And I'm like, you're 10, you know. But he's on a schedule. He's really doing it as a serious runner here to build up his
Yay.
career.
So hopefully you guys are listening. If you're at work, if you're thinking, gosh,
check it out.
My life just doesn't
Can people
have
just
any
come out
momentum.
and see it? That's the other thing. I was startled. There are people, the races go off, and there's still people hanging around. Some of them are there to support others. I get it. Some of them just want to see what it's all about.
It's
they
fun
want to be part of the party.
You can just be a cheerleader. The people make posters and all that stuff. Then I also have positions that you can volunteer. If you just want to come and hand out medals and shirts and.
I can't run myself, but I want to be part of this movement. I want to run along, even though I can't run with them.
You might be harboring having to heal an injury or something like that. You don't have to be locked into your house to do that. Just come out. Come as you are.
It's a morning. You wake up. It's a beautiful day at the beach with a beautiful group of people.
And sometimes, I just want to let you know, sometimes it's not. These take place rain or shine.
And I've seen that too, where they show up and it's like, oh my God, nobody's going to show up today. It's miserable at the beach. Yeah.
They talk the most about the ones that they have to endure. And what it does is it teaches us that we can endure. If we can endure the storms in life that are out there, and
keep
we just
running even in the rain.
Yeah, and you can run right through these. I promise.
I love it. All right, one more time. How do they go find it? Caren with a C, Caren Ware Events. Find out about this event this Sunday. For those listening later, we're taping this on Friday, the 26th of September. This is 2 days from now. The event's coming up. Huntington Beach's Bolsa Chica State Beach. Come out, see what it's about, check it out. Maybe you'll even be motivated to run along, or maybe you'll just eat some good food and dance to some good Polynesian music at this event here. Who knows?
Yes.
All that more. Thanks for coming in today, folks. Love it. And what's your website for the Polynesian thing again here?
Tupua Productions.
And how we spell that?
Tupua Productions.
Tupua
Productions.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thanks so much. We'll see you this Sunday.
Thank you, guys. Aloha.
Well, there it is. I'm not sure what it is, but it's about running into life and running into people like this at events that Caren Ware puts on each and every month here in Orange County. Right here in Orange County's only community radio station, OC Talk Radio, streaming live from our studios here at the University of California, Irvine's Beale Applied Innovation Center. And yes, we'll be there Sunday, so stop by and say hi.